Alright. I'm alive and well, and here I am. Oh, hey, Zachy. Yeah, I took a little break from streaming just to gather myself, you know, just make sure I got all my ducks in a row. But yeah, what's up? We're gonna be doing some art today. I've got some interesting stuff lined up here. I'm very excited. It is interesting. Why is it showing my taskbar? Oh well. Yeah, no. Just very excited. At the very least, my persona blocks like the whatever weather information there, so that's cool at least. But yeah. Just drawing some creatures today. I will probably open up Zachy's commission here at some point. But for now, I'm just gonna like ease my way back into it. Can just like, yeah, it's fine there. Perry the platypus gator. Actually, platypodile. We are working on some Coda's World creatures here. Because obviously, this is the classic platypus. And, oh, well, of course, this is the, yeah, thank you, Clip Paint. And then, I was just looking at the different type of crocodiles that there are. First of all, whatever the fuck this one is, I want him as a pet. Look how, like, are they tiny, or do they just look tiny? And, like, there's this dwarf crocodile, he's kind of chilling, but, like, I want one. They just look like they're permanently baby gators, and I want one so goddamn bad. So cute. But yeah, out of all of these crocs here, I decided to go with the saltwater croc, which is this guy that I was kind of doing some practice shapes on here, as you can see. I just thought he had a cool tail. I like the way it flowed with his body. It reminded me of, like, platypus tails in a weird way. So I took the best of both worlds, made this thing. Just kind of working on the general look of it. want to make sure I give their heads, like, some good dimension. These are thick-headed, mostly, they're mostly predators. I'd say that these guys, they probably feast on, like, big fish in the area. Maybe they're opportune killers. They wait for, like, animals to, like, get close to the water. Kind of like actual gators. And then they'll just kind of, like, drag them in. Yeah. Well, that's a crocodile, my friend. You gotta remember the difference between crocodiles and gators. These guys... The thing with crocodiles is that they're a lot bigger and bulkier and just typically meaner. These are the American crocodiles. These are the ones that we have in La Florida. Give me a second. I can actually... I love the Mexican crocs, though. The Mexican and the African Nile crocodiles are honestly just really aesthetically pleasing. Allow me Google something here so I can show you real quick. Alright, so here we go. So, like, the difference here is, like, this guy, he's gonna take your lunch money. Right. He's gonna take your lunch money. Yeah, takes lunch money, cuts people off in traffic. Make sure I get my bulletin points here. Right, he cuts people off in traffic. What else does he do? Hide the TV remote. Yeah, he hides the TV remote because he doesn't want people to change the channel. Hides TV remote. Sorry, if you can't read that, my hand's cramped, so that's the best you're getting. Yeah, it takes lunch money, cuts people off and traffic. That's a crocodile. This is typical crocodile fucking behavior, alright? Alright. Now, this guy, you know, this guy here, will represent him, yeah, cooler color. He's, you know, just kind of chill. Like, honestly, if it comes down to it, if you're in a crocodile's territory versus an alligator's territory, the crocodile is gonna fuck you up. They do not fuck around. See how he's also got the longer snout and just like meaner eyes in general. Gators are kind of more standoffish, especially the smaller ones you run into. Like, you can get them to back down pretty easily if you just assert yourself, and especially if you know the trick to just sit on top of them and hold their mouth closed. Like, yeah, you could do that with a croc too, but, like, crocs are much bigger, especially the American crocs versus our gators. So, like, they're chill guys, you know, they're really not looking for trouble. Unless, of course, you run into a mama croc, then God help you. Mama croc or gator, like, if you see babies and you're like, oh, how cute, don't run. but regardless, you can actually domesticate them. I've seen people just straight up, like, get really chill, with gators before around here, and like be like, "Oh yeah, this is Jim. I just feed him the bad fish I catch." Just straight up. And you know what? He offers like Jim. It's like a symbiosis relationship where Jim will like protect him from any other like creatures that want to like steal his kills, and then he feeds him. So like you can also domesticate gators, while you cannot with crocs. They do not give a shit. And on top of that, on top of it all, they're just cuter. They're cuter. You know, look at them. Gators are cool. Crocs, not so much. I choose the crocodile specifically for this species because, as you may know, the Australia only has crocodiles. And so it didn't make sense for me for it to be a platypagator. Platypodile seemed to make a lot more sense because of just where they are located generally. Even though obviously Eudoria is its like own planet and has nothing to do with Earth itself, I still feel like it's good to kind of just have like a theme or like, you know, just a direction like that in general. There is a croc slash gator that in Monster Hunter Wilds is called a Gajos or Gajos. That's interesting. I never really got into Monster Hunter. Just because I'm just like, dude, just leave the megafauna alone. Like, the more people kind of, like, mess around with, like, megafauna, or, like, even animals in general, like, the harder it is for them to just maintain survival. I was just watching a really cool video about otters. And, I learned that there is a species of otter that can get to 6 feet long. 6 feet long. Like, think about that for a second. Like, the average, like, person, I think, is anywhere between, like, 5'5" and 5'8". So, like, the average river otter is just larger than your typical person. So that's crazy in of itself. But then I also found out about, that they are one of the largest predators in South America, which is also insane. That of all things that could kill you in South America and are large, it's a river otter. They literally have been caught snacking on anacondas, and yeah, they're really cool. But the sad thing is, like, if you look at pictures of them, a lot of them, their eyes will kind of look a little weird, and that's partly due to a lot of pollution in the area, like runoff, or like even just like from like livestock, you know, pollution from livestock farms and stuff like that. So definitely donate to your local wildlife reservation, because humans all the time are doing damage to the environment, and these creatures deserve a place to live, just like we do. I've thought about doing like a charity stream, like art for like something. Maybe I could do art for otters. That'd be cool. But like the whole point of like the charity stream would be like to donate money to like go to some kind of cause, and but like the money that you donate, like I'll just draw like a commission for you. So that way you still get something out of it. I'm feeling I want the Platypodile to have like these crazy gnarled teeth. I want this thing to be like so threatening to come across in nature. I would say these guys probably would be the size of like your average saltwater croc too. Basically gator slash croc that got a saw-like head. Oh, that's funny. Look at the gator. Yeah, bro is just straight up like all neck. I feel bad too because I also keep calling it a gator, but like I'm not gonna lie, that's also kind of a Florida thing. Everything's a gator. We also have caimans. Caimans are cool. Okay. Oh wow, actually, that's pretty interesting. So I didn't know this, but look at this. So look at... Look how closely related they all are. That's crazy. I'm just looking for pictures of caiman. Yeah, look how cute they are. Look how cute they are. And then they just stay fucking teeny tiny. And then you just have like a little dinosaur creature in your house. They are so cute. Well, the male Platypodiles have spurs on their back legs. Yes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know exactly where, like, my obsession with, like, wanting to have a pet, baby alligator specifically started. And it wasn't with Pinkie Pie and Gummy. Uh, there's this, botanical garden my mom's volunteered for like, over 25 years now. Very long time. Almost 30, actually. Wow. Fucking very long time. But regardless, they do these, like, wildlife events where, like, they'll, bring in these specialists because it is a live botanical garden and it's like 18 acres long with waterways and everything. And as you could probably guess, if there's water, large amounts of water plus Florida equals gator. So when they find gators there, or like even baby gators, they will like they'll like rehome them and reposition them. But like sometimes also the babies get separated from their mothers, so like then there's like, gator nurseries. And it was very cute. They did like this whole thing where they brought out all of the baby gators and they let people hold them and like pet them and stuff. And they were sweethearts. I can't like express enough how absolutely like darling baby gators are. Like they weren't really vicious or nippy. They were pretty chill. I like held one kind of like not even just like, restricting or anything. I just kind of let him like lay in my arms and like rocked him back and forth for a little bit, and he literally fell asleep. The Yakari Cayman looks like Gary. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he looks like a Gary. So maybe it was because my 8-year-old self got to rock a baby alligator to sleep that one time that I really want to have a pet alligator. But yeah, they're not so bad. Like I said, it's crocs that you really have to worry about. Especially Nile crocs, they will come for your money and then your booty. But thankfully, I know for a fact, Zaki, that you you don't live anywhere near a Nile crocodile. I don't know, are there American, there's no way there's American crocs all the way up in fucking Canada. Maybe gators, but I don't think American crocs really leave Florida all that often. I know, I gotta draw the feet. I would believe that, like, there were, like, crocodiles in Canada, like, millions of years ago. But I'm pretty sure there's also parts of Canada that was, like, a tropical climate at some point because of the way, Earth's rotation was positioned. Yeah, I expected as much. Big lizards don't really do well in cold weather. It's like iguanas iguanas like can live here, but like the problem is that Florida is kind of just right there at the equator to where it gets hot enough for like very specific and certain things to like flourish and survive here. Um, but then there'll be wild scenarios where Florida will get paradoxically cold. Um, like within like the 20s, you know, stuff like that. Like, or even, God, it dropped out even lower than that this winter that just passed. But yeah, that being said, the iguanas, you know, they do what they can, but like they will like drop from trees like flies, dude. They cannot handle the cold. They are not built. They'll do that even when it gets down to just like just a little below 40. That's really like when it starts to like become a problem for them. And then like it was all over the news. They were just dropping like from the sky essentially, you know. That's why I found a lizard. It was just a regular brown anole lizard. But I found one on the way home one day from, I think I was like coming home from like a walk or something, or maybe I was going to the Office Depot for printing stuff. Either way, I was on my way home and there was like a lizard on the ground and he was not moving and it was very cold out and he was still alive because I could nudge him and he would react, but like he was just way too cold to like exist. So I scooped him up and I warmed him up and like kept him in the side overnight because I knew it was just gonna get like even colder from there. And yeah, the next morning I just kind of let him out when it was nice and sunny out. It was still cold, but like it was better than him having to stay outside. He was also in the middle of the road too. That was the other thing where I was like, you can't move and you're freezing cold, and if I leave you here, you'll probably get ran over and die. So I hope he's doing good. Hello. Are danger animals still Canadian goose, breeding season bull moose, polar bears? Polar bears are actually the only bears that will hunt humans, like, actively. Most bears just kind of act out of, like, self-defense or territorial issues. But there's just so little for them to actually eat out there that they will just eat anything that moves. Which sucks because polar bears are like super cute, but it is what it is. Again, why are all these animals that are like ready to like eat me just adorable? I just want to be friends with everything. You turned Perry the platypus into a crocodile. Because I'm making new animals. It felt like a natural evolution of the platypus, you know? I mean, imagine they're just allowed to get like as big and like as threatening looking as they wanted. that this is kind of what they would end up looking like. Let's show off the... Yeah, there's the spurs. Invisimi? Not sure what that is. Fix these heinous ass toes real quick. Oh, okay, that's cool. I always like learning about obscure games. There we go. This is all meant to be really rough concept art, too. Kind of just doing this for fun. There we go. Ian put one with a sketch with a fedora for shits and giggles. You know, I just might. I just might. Actually, should I give him reptile eyes? The answer is yes. Watching shows, playing games. Totally not reading conversation on locker cards right now. Oh my god. I've actually been going to the movie theater a lot recently. I got a little locked in there for a second, sorry. Sometimes I will forget to speak for like long periods of time. I've actually been going to the movie theater a lot with my husband recently because he got a crazy deal with his T-Mobile Tuesday app where they gave him like a 99-cent like year-long A-list membership, which is insane. Oh, excuse me, because now for a whole year we can go to see 4 movies a week for free. Anything more than 4 we have to pay for. And then we still have to pay for snacks and stuff. But like we get to go to the special like A-list line. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've been just trying, honestly, like stuff we've never had at the movie theater before. Movie theater pizza is pretty good. I had a movie theater pretzel. Dude, they're huge. And they give you 2 cups of nacho sauce with it. And then we had some gourmet popcorn last night, too. That was really good. But yeah, other than that, we've been watching a lot of, like, either thrillers. He's been going more than I have because I like to stay behind and get, like, artwork done. Yeah. Yeah, the A-list is actually pretty, like, worth it. I don't know how much a regular, like, year's worth of membership costs, but, we've been really taking advantage of it because we live really close to, the theater. So we just kind of walk there and watch a movie and we'll walk home. Like, I saw, the Backrooms, like, the night it premiered. That was a lot of fun. Apparently, a lot of people are saying that they think that it's booty cheeks. It's not. It's actually really, really good. It's a really well-made movie. I think you have to have a specific taste in horror to enjoy it, and not even like just like, oh yeah, you've got to like read up on like the series or whatever. Not really. You kind of just have to like certain kinds of movies to begin with, like ones that like are very interpretive, and you have to watch more than once to like get the full picture of. I also saw Passenger too. Um, that movie was a lot more fun than I had expected it to be. Would I really give it like a good rating? No, not really. But to be honest, you could take like the same plot from Passenger, water it down, like, you know, make it like family friendly and shit, and then put it in a Scooby-Doo episode, and people would have liked it more. I think people are just hating on it because it's like honestly the weakest of all of the horror films that came out. My husband went and watched Obsession. Uh, Movies like Obsession just aren't my thing. I get very uncomfortable fast, and I just wouldn't want to finish it. So, apparently that one is good. Carry the Platypodile. And the same about the FNAF movies. Yeah. I I honestly feel like you have to be you just really have to like that kind of horror, you know. And the same goes with Five Nights is in this like era of what I like to call kitschy horror, where like it's very self-aware. that it's supposed to be scary, and so it kind of does a silly scary type of thing, you know. Um, that's not really even a bad thing. That is just for different types of people. Um, I like it when horror is psychological or full of dread and doubt and other scary things. Um, yeah, what else have I seen? I saw Mortal Kombat at the beginning of the month. Oh yeah, and then I saw Mandalorian, Grogu, because the hubby really wanted to see that one. I haven't really cared about Star Wars in a long time. God damn, what am I looking for? I am like having such a terrible brain fart because I'm thinking about all the movies I've seen. Oh yeah, and last night even we went to an early screening event that was really fun. It was like a mystery film, so we didn't know what it was before we went in. And then it was The Furious, which if I had to give like my review of this movie before it like officially comes out, imagine if Jackie Chan directed Taken. That's kind of what Furious is. It's really fun though. We had a good time with watching it. It really feels like Jackie Chan was like, I'm gonna make my own Taken, but with Kung Fu instead. Right, let me close out all of these. I don't need to save. Don't need to save that. Let me grab something real quick. Oh yeah, and of course I'm gonna go see Digital Circus when it comes out in a couple days. Which I already know that it's been leaked, and I don't care. I'm not watching the leak. I'm gonna go see it because I bought my tickets before it leaked. No, that, and I don't like. I have like a nuanced stance on pirating. God damn it! I can't find this thing anywhere. Drive me crazy. Zaki! Zaki, can you send me a... Can you DM me a ref of your character? I thought I had one saved on my computer and it's nowhere. And of course I forgot what I was talking about now. That's great. I'm a professional streamer, you guys. Oh, I just need a ref of Zaki. I just want to be able to get the hair right. I like pretty much know Zaki's design. I just like need to be able to get the bangs right. Oh yeah, I was talking about pirating, thank you. People leaked that shit already? That was quick. Yeah, it was actually leaked almost a week ago. I got leaked pretty early. Thankfully, it seems like it was only the Brazilian dub that got leaked, but like that means a lot of people have already seen it. But that being said, like I'm not letting that stop me from watching Digital Circus in theaters. I'm very excited. I've been following the project since it started, and it's really cool that indie animation and like YouTuber movies keep coming to the theater and they're just received very well. Um, Hop in chat. I really love the art you make. Hi, baby. Oh, that's my husband in chat. Hi, sweetie. I love you. I love you. You're so cool. Hey, baby. Oh, you missed it. You missed it. Don't leave anytime soon. I have to show you this real quick. Wait. I drew a platypus crocodile creature, and then of course I gave him a brown fedora down here. I wanted you to see that. It's Perry, the platypodile. Oh, yeah, that's right. Jacksepticeye is making a Bloodborne movie. I'm actually incredibly hyped to see that. Yeah, I saw Iron Lung when it came out earlier this year, and then, even though I did not go see it, my husband and went and saw Obsession, and that's actually another YouTuber movie. The guy that directed it is a YouTuber. And then, yeah, and then we saw the Backrooms. So then, yeah, Platypodile. Yeah, super great. I've just had, it's probably, I don't know if it's like more of the staff or just like we've just been seeing incredibly good movies all year, but like the movie theater is really cool right now. I think more people should go watch movies just in the theater. Backrooms is trippy. It is. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. My husband, like, had, like, surface information about the Backrooms before going into it. And then, like, afterwards, like, I think you've watched, like, 10 to 16 hours worth of content on it. It's cool. I like recommend everything we've seen this month. It's been really just fun. Yeah, the movie. I'd actually talked about a little bit of the movie we saw last night, too. I, yeah, brought up that, like, the best way to describe it is, like, if Jackie Chan wrote his own Taken. It was just fun and, like, really well constructed from back to front, dude. It was fun, but it was also, like, super tense. I can't even, like, deny that. Yeah, yeah, the snacks are definitely the most expensive part. That's why the A-list makes it like a little bit more, you know, tangible because you still got to pay for the snacks, but like you did not have to pay for your tickets. That and it's honestly unlikely, I feel like, for anyone to see more than like 4 movies within a week. Like I think we spent $30 last night on like a candy and popcorn and a soda. It's just an average experience these days. 30 euros is much more than 30 American dollars, though. Yeah, yeah. And like I know for a fact euros cost more than the average American dollar. I was like floored when I went to Switzerland and like McDonald's was like 60 was like I think something like 60 francs. Like it was for 4 people, so like okay, yeah, it's going to be a little much, but like excuse me? 60 francs is like was like $90, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. And then now, and I guess in America, that's just how much McDonald's for 4 people costs on average. Like, give me a break. We used to have a thing called the dollar menu, and guess what? Everything on the dollar menu costed about $1 or under. And that was less than 10 years ago. That was when I worked at McDonald's. We would have spent like 44 without A-list. Yeah, absolutely. It saved us a lot of it saved us money on tickets, and like I think that's like the big part that's like really appealing is like you again just have to buy snacks, so then you can afford to buy yourself like some cool snacks like the gourmet popcorn we got. I was telling people about the pretzel we had during Passenger. Again, that AMC pizza is fucking fire. Oh, do they have AMC overseas? Or is like AMC just an American brand? Ta- Damn, Taco Bell. Taco Bell is doing people favors across the globe. I don't know what is yeah, that may yep, that about answers my question. AMC is a movie theater like company in America. They're like usually attached to malls and stuff. You like shop at your super mall and then there's like an AMC movie theater attached to it. We have a couple of different like chain movie theater like chain theaters in America. I don't know what you would call them. I guess like chain because they're franchises. They're not really like a, you know, locally owned business. There's a few different ones, but AMC I think is like the most popular one. There hasn't been an AMC in Canada since 2012. That's interesting. Every Bell place I eat was fire. I think the American ones are just shit from what I heard. I think it's just relative. So, like, here's the thing with, like, American food versus, like, food from other countries. People in America love to gobble up shit. And the reason why is because they don't know anything else. I used to like American cheese. We'll start with that. I actually used to like American cheese. But ever since I went to Europe and I spent a whole month there and I ate real food and like actual like cheese, not like stuff that's like melted together from like cheese scraps and sold to you in like plastic, because that's what American cheese is. It's just melted down cheese scraps that are like super duper what's the word, like preserved. When I came back from Switzerland to America and I try to have like normal things like Hershey's chocolate or like, you know, ham and cheese melt, it wasn't the same. It all tasted like fake plastic food. I'm like, I get it. I like kind of understood it at that point. I'm like, oh, they mass produce garbage food because it's cheaper for them and they want to use that space for, well, now more than ever, things like data centers. So that's kind of a problem, is that people just don't realize that they are eating shit because they're so used to it. That, and I will also point out, it depends on where in America you get Taco Bell from. I live in a more, we'll say, Hispanic-centric part of America, so, like, there's people here that, like, know how, like, tacos are supposed to be made and put together. But I can't speak for the fools up north. McDonald's in France was actually really good, though. Like, the beef quality in France and Switzerland is just so good. I don't think I've ever had, like, a better beef. Not even just, like, from McDonald's but, like, just from, like, visiting France in general. I've never had better burgers in my life. And I live in America, so that should tell you something. That should tell you something. If you come to America, it should not be for the burgers. I'm sure there are places, though, that do, like, have fresh meat around here, but they are going to reflect that in their prices. I ate real food. Yeah, I ate real food, and it changed my perspective on like how we make food in the country as a whole. When I was like 13, I came back overseas, like, I don't know, just understanding something different. I've started growing my own food in my garden. To some success. I've harvested some green onions. Those were really good. We had taco night with those. Portuguese Taco Bell hits. I will remember that. I do want to go and back to Europe one day and visit with my husband. Because he's never been. I went when I was a very young teenager. Um, so I'll keep that in mind because he's the one out of the both of us that loves Taco Bell. If there's ever like there's never a question in my mind, does Spencer want tacos? If you ask my husband if he wants tacos, the answer is yes. Stanley said his name out loud, but that's okay. Can't say for other people. Yeah, no, that's only fair. I'll keep that in mind if I ever visit. I really wanna, if I go to Portugal, I wanna go see Lisbeth or Lisbeth. That's how you pronounce it, right? I feel like I sound like a turbo dork American. The really pretty capital of Portugal. I want to go see that. Because there's some really cool architecture there. And just some interesting history in general. I also want to go explore, like, castles in Spain. I would like to go back to, Paris one of these days. Because that was something that, I've wanted to do for a long time, actually. So when I originally went to Paris, we got to go to Notre Dame. Me and my mom, obviously, that's one of the big things that you do when you're in Paris. If you don't see the Louvre or the Eiffel Tower, or, you know, you're a stinky American looking for Jim Morrison's grave, you go to Notre Dame. And my mom really wanted to go up into the bell towers where all the gargoyles are, and she wanted to go touch the gargoyles and see them and whatnot, but like there was a line wrapped around the entire building to go see the gargoyles, and we were just inside the church for like God, I want to say like 2 hours just looking at stuff and reading things, and like it was so beautiful. I loved it so much, but like I was just really hungry and the streets smelled like crepes, and I just didn't want to stand in line, so I kind of was just like, nah, I don't want to do that, Mom. I really don't want to stand in line just to go touch a gargoyle. Sorry. So she cut her losses, and we just didn't. And we left, you know. Went about our lives. And then, of course, years later, Notre Dame burns the fuck down. And one of the things that were damaged were some of the gargoyles she wanted to go touch. So I kind of just feel bad now, honestly. It's like there's no way I could have known that it was going to burn down only within like less than 10 years of me being there. But still, like, I should have taken the opportunity to. So like, I want to go back and at least like, if the Notre Dame's not open, then just like pay my respects, because I feel really bad about not going up there when I had the chance to. Oh, I remember Rooster Teeth vid where the guy didn't take a taco, and as punishment, he had to take 100 tacos and had to eat or hand them out to everyone at the office till they were gone. Lisboa is beautiful, and the people there are shit. The people under 70s. That's my opinion. Nobody can't change it because I study there. That is only fair. That's only fair because I feel the same way about people that live in Gainesville. So like, yeah, that's totally fair. to have that opinion. It is a really pretty city. I do want to just kind of like go for the city and then maybe stay somewhere else. Especially because it's such a big capital, and like, I'm a stranger in a strange land. I know some people infantilize Americans over in Europe. At least, that's what my mom told me when she lived there in the 80s. Like, people get kind of weird about American women. But yeah, aside from that, like, it seems like it'd be a really fun place to go visit. I'll even say it myself. My mom, like, got asked down on a date 3 times while we were in Paris in front of me. 3 separate men asked my mother to either go dancing or go for drinks or go out to eat with her right in front of me. The child. No, Ubisoft Notre Dame was able to be rebuilt. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I'm not gonna say thank you, Ubisoft, because they're doing other crimes against humanity at the moment. But yeah, that was actually really cool of them. French be down bad for many things, Lamau. Yeah, very true. What's up, Grim? Our experience with French guys flirting with me, and I am not homosexual. Explained 3 times that. Yeah. Though, to be fair, American men will do that too. I mean, if nothing else, they are persistent. Assigned gay at France. That is an insane acronym. I have been assigned gay at France. No, I mean, honestly, like, all of the best experiences I had, like, whilst visiting were just, like, architecture. I loved the cities. I loved how, like, just intricate everything is. I loved that, there weren't cars, like, everywhere. Like, even Paris, that was a little bit more traffic-centric, you know? It was a lot of it was public transit, or it was, you know, taxi cabs, stuff like that. It just felt nicer. I liked it a lot better. Might even have pictures. I may perhaps have pictures of Europe. May also not be able to find them. That's a very real possibility. Not at first glance. They're probably like super buried if I do. I definitely know that they're not. I also tell a lot of these photos aren't dated correctly, so womp womp. Oh, wait. I think I found some of them. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, I'll show off a couple of cool ones. My hand's starting to get cramped, so I'm gonna go on a tangent. This was I think a little bit outside of Geneva. Just a very, very pretty. Just I loved everything about like this whole area. Oh yeah, and the cannons. The cannons are so cool. I'll show off this one because my baby face isn't in it. But check it out. Check out that cannon. There's a real cannon that used to shoot things. It's so cool. Europe has the whole public transportation system figured out extremely well, for whereas America still is. It is automobile hell. Like, I don't have a car. And you know, I don't drive a car for very, very many reasons. It's one, just bad for the environment. Two, it's just too dangerous where I live. Like, there's just so many accidents and so many people not paying attention. Like, I can't in good faith get in a car anywhere where I live. I feel safer walking around, to be honest. Because also, here's something funny too. My mom, when she came back from Europe, you know, originally when she was an au pair girl over there, she still had friends that lived in Switzerland and France that would hit her up and be like, "Hey, can I come like stay with you so I can come do my driver's license test?" Because apparently it is like one of the easiest places in the world to get your license is down here in Florida. In the whole world. So like it's just not a good idea. Oh my goodness. Oh my freaking goodness. Hang on, wait. No, that cannot be true. Okay, fine, then I'm gonna do this. Fucking kitty. The house that we stayed at had 3 kittens. Very cute. Maybe I gotta get to Florida then. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like, where most people fail their driver's test, they can get it in Florida. That's what my mom did with one of the kids she used to babysit. She came, stayed with us for like a couple of weeks, and then uh, got her driver's license, like, just by practicing in an empty lot down here. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a whole thing too, where like, and then imagine I go out and I do buy myself a car, and I get into that, you know, whole groove. Like, okay, well, yeah, I gotta get a vehicle so I can like transport myself correctly. But the problem is like, then what? I have to pay for gas it after that, and then after that, I have to pay uh for car insurance, and then it's like I had to make sure I have a job that I can keep up with paying for all of this, and then at the end of the day I'm like, why do I even need any of this? Why is everything placed so inconveniently from me? Like, they just assume everyone is going to have a car by default. It is extremely nonsensical, and again, just like not really sustainable for like the environment, like anywhere really, but especially like down here. Like, we have one of the most unique environments in the entire world. The city I'm originally from even has I think it's something like one of the only like brackish inlets in the entire world. And yet they're super flippant with like, oh yeah, boating speeds are gonna be like limited. Never mind, they're not. We're gonna, you know, you don't worry about it. Like, I kid you not. As soon as they decided that manatees weren't endangered anymore, and then they lifted the boating speeds up a little bit, then there was suddenly a bunch of manatee deaths, and then they had to change the speed limit back down. It's like, why are we being flippant with something that we know does not work? You don't need to run your boat through here that fast. There's living creatures here, god damn it. It makes me so mad, honestly. Because people just don't consider, like, I don't know, that we're just a part of like a bigger world. Um. So yeah. Uh. Long story short. Save the whales. Save. That's the most Florida shit ever. Yeah. I can't even. And I have to live through it. um. Yeah. Just protect your local environment and like do what you can. You know. God, I feel that so much. I gotta put myself in a deeper hole by getting a car just so I can get to places easier. Fuck. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I just don't. Like, at the end of the day, I almost see no point in it unless, like, getting a car can guarantee that I can get a job that pays me, like, double the amount that I have right now. Um. You know, it sucks. And it's just super unsustainable, man. But, hang on, let me... Over here. Yeah, I think because my hand's cramping, I should probably stop. I didn't get too far into Zaki's commission because I started ranting about the ecosystem. But, that's because I care. And, yeah, I think this was a good stream overall, you know. We drew creatures. We talked about movies. Talked about Florida. I think I will end it off here and get ready for my little date. Funnily enough, we're going to Arby's. It's the most American thing I think a couple can do is go to Arby's for a date. um, it's cool, Ace. You did a lot. Well, thank you, Zaki. I educated the masses. And you know, maybe I will look into potentially one of these days doing a charity stream where the commission proceeds all go to like a wildlife preserve. Because I would really like to put some like effort back into like protecting my environment. Our birds are so cool, you guys. I want to protect our cool birds. But with that, I will see you guys at another time. And yet it's probably betting a date locate. It's a better date location than Cracker Barrel. Hey, Cracker Barrel's cool sometimes, man. they're cool sometimes. They got those little coconut patty things there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.